Hello, ma'am. I'm Nidhi representing Study Abroad Educational Consultant, Chennai. I welcome you all to the webinar on behalf of Study Abroad Educational Consultant and Russian Cultural Center. Study Abroad has been an exclusive preferred partner of Russian Cultural Center, which is the cultural department of Russian Consulate in South India. Study Abroad had been sending students for the past 3 decades to Russian universities for various specialization and to MBBS courses in large numbers. Study Abroad is also the exclusive representative of some of the world's leading Russian universities like Volgograd State Medical University, Far Eastern Federal University, Kazan State Medical University, Medical Institute of MEFI, Kursk State Medical University, Russian State Medical University, Moscow Aviation Institute, to name a few. So far, Study Abroad has successfully helped about 6,000 Indian students to complete their academic pursuits in their chosen profession in Russian Federation. Every year, around 300 students are admitted through Study Abroad. Study Abroad has been two-way gate between the parents and the university in Russia in helping admission process. Now, for the students who have joined the webinar, please ask your parents to join the webinar so that they'll understand about MBBS in Russia. Till Ma'am Ivanenko Alexandra finishes her presentation, I would mute all the participants' mic so that there won't be any disturbance during her presentation. If anybody doesn't understand in between, can raise their hands to ask questions. And at the end of the presentation, we'll have a question and answer session where you can ask any question. For anybody who's new to Zoom, can also raise question in the chat option in the bottom corner of the screen. Now I hand over the screen to Ma'am Ivanenko Alexandra. Hello, ma'am. Can you please now address the students or parents?
Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you all from Volgograd State Medical University, one of the oldest classical and traditional universities in whole Russia. If you have ever dreamt about becoming a doctor, this is your chance. You can come to us, study here and have a diploma in the end. And this is your MBBC in Russia will come true. So I would like to start my presentation. Please. And I would like to say that our university is quite well known and famous all over the world because of our old tradition of teaching international doctors. We have so many international students. We have more than 1,700 international students from all over the countries in the world. And especially we have a very big community from India. And you can come here, you will find a family, you will find friends here, and we will all guide you, help you, and tell you all the issues and help you with any problems. So the presentation I would like to start.
Yes.
So on this slide, you can see 3 photos of our university. On your left, there is the main building. It's a very beautiful building located in the city center. It's a very beautiful place, very old, classic. In the middle, you can see the photo of our medical students wearing white coats. It's the must in Russia. You have to wear all white. At any lectures, any seminars, this is obligatory to wear this uniform. And on your right, you can see the world famous statue Motherland Calls. It's a very, very enormous statue, and this is the symbol of Volgograd city. And you will have a chance to see it by yourself if you come to visit and study at our university. So next slide, please. So next slide, please.
Yes, ma'am.
So at our university, we have different faculties. The most famous faculty, the biggest, is the general medicine faculty. And this is the most popular faculty for Indian students. Then we have the faculty of dentistry, pediatrics, pharmacy, medical biochemistry, social work and clinical psychology. And of course, we have the preparatory department for international listeners. On this slide, you can see our students wearing as well their uniform. One of them is holding the diploma. He's finishing the university, and all of these students are from India. So next slide, please. So Volgograd State Medical University is top 10 among the best medical universities of Russia with the longest tradition of training international doctors. We also have the second place by the number of international students among medical universities in Russia. So we are very famous because of the number of international students and because of our system of teaching them. We also have more than 4,500 specialists with our VCMU diploma. They work now in more than 100 countries all over the world, in everywhere, in the United States of America, in Canada, in Australia, in India, in Asian countries, everywhere, in Africa, everywhere we have our graduates. So also we have more than 1,000 professors who are also doctors. So you will have a chance to listen the lectures by one of the leading doctors of the whole Volgograd region, and they will teach you and they will also guide you at the hospitals when you will have your medical practice. And all of them have very high professional professor rank, so they have PhD and so on. And on this slide, you can see the photo of our graduate as well, holding his diploma. So you will have the same when you finish. Next slide, please. What is actually very interesting about our university is that we have more than 1,800 international students. What is more, we have a very big support by the Embassy of India in Russia. And here you can see the ambassador, Mr. Venkatesh Varma. He visited our university a few months ago, and he's holding a hand to our chancellor, Professor Shkarin, and he had a conversation with the students from India, and he answered all their questions, and he supported and he promised our university to help us in any case, and so on. This is why it's because we have the biggest amount of Indian students in our university, and we have a very big support from the embassy. What is more, we have a very big support from the Medical Council of India as well. So we have a very good system of working together, and you do not have to worry about your documents, your verification. You will be a doctor in India when you finish our university. So next slide, please. So, as I have already said, the Volgograd State Medical University has the biggest community of Indian students in Russia. We have more than 650 students from India, from different states, and most of our graduates, alumni, they are very famous now and they're very successful. They work in India, in Canada, in USA, some of them even in Russia, and they have a very high professional rank now. Some of our students are even politicians now, and one of them, for example, works at the Tamil Nadu government parliament, and he's in charge of the healthcare of Tamil Nadu state. Here on this slide, you can see the photos of our Indian students. The photo on your left is from the meeting with the ambassador of India at our university. The students could join, could talk to him, ask questions. They wore their beautiful sari, and it was very lovely. Then you can see in the middle the photo of just a small students. Here we have much more people, and on your right you can see the photo of our students holding their diplomas. They're finishing, they're very happy. So we have a very good support by the Indian governmental structures. So next slide, please. So for doing your MBBC in Russia, it's very important to know about the international accreditation. So we have accredited programs such as general medicine, dentistry, and pediatrics, and Volgograd State Medical University is also included in the list of medical university of the world recognized by the World Health Organization. Of course, as I have already said, we are also recognized by the Medical Council of India. And while we are working with the Medical Council of India and we promise them to prepare doctors for India, we have to follow their rules and the requirements of the Medical Council of India. So it means that you have to pass NEET. This is a must. It's obligatory to have a NEET result. It can be the lowest result, but has to be the minimum. For example, Medical Council of India announces the limit score of the NEET results, just the minimum, and you have to pass it, just to pass. You do not have to have the highest, you just have to have the lowest amount of NEET. And what is more, when you finish the university, you have to pass the Medical Council of India screening test. And every summer we prepare our Indian seniors for this MCI exam. We have some classes and most of our graduates, they pass MCI exam in India when they come back home after finishing the university. So we follow everything, and this is very strict, and it must be fine for you. Next slide, please. I see the question about the fee. I will come to this question because it's in the presentation soon. So something about academic process. We have 3 stages in the whole academic process. The first one is pre-medical. Its duration is 9 months. So it's the time when you are not yet the student, but you want to become, and you have 9 months to prepare yourself for the entrance exams. Then you have the main part, the main stage. You can pass NEET, for example, in India, and then you can come to the graduate academic stage. So you apply for the general medicine, for example, and medium English, and you will have 6 years to study. 5 years for dentistry, pharmacy, and so on. But 6 years, it's the longest. It's only for general medicine. General medicine, as you know, this is the program after which you can become a doctor in any division you want. For example, you want to become a cardiologist or gynecologist or neurologist or a therapist or surgeon. You have to finish general medicine for 6 years, and then you can do your clinical residency program, you can do your PhD, and you can become this specialized professional doctor in the division you like. What is actually very important about our university is that we have very small groups. So we have a lot of international students, more than 1,800, but the groups in which you have to study, they're very small. It's just 9 people, 9 students in the class. It's a very small number. It means that you will have a chance to have a guidance and help by the professor individually. This is our academic personal approach to the student. After the graduate stage of this academic process, you will have to do the postgraduate. You can do it in Volgograd State Medical University, or you can do it in India, in America, in Canada. This is where you want to be specialized in your career, in cardiology or in neurology and so on. Dermatovenerology, for example, any doctor profession you like. It's about 3 years. So next slide, please. So medical practice. This is one of the most important process for medical students because you have to know how to work at the hospital. You have to practice a lot. You have to practice not only with your hands, but you have to practice also with your speaking and your behavior. You have to talk and communicate with patients. This is a must because somehow you have to work at the hospital in the future and you have to know how to interact with patients. So we have more than 40 hospitals in Volgograd, and you will have a chance to do your medical practice in each of them. And every hospital is specialized in the division. For example, we have a cardiologist center or cancer center or a pet or a children hospital. You will have a cycle, for example, child cycle. You will go to the hospital for children. You will see how the women give a birth. You will assist. You will have a medical practice in cancer center when you will have a cycle of cancer and so on. It's different, many cycles. What is more, we have clinical rotations. So we have 72 weeks in duration minimum, and they're divided in core, 48 weeks, and elective, 24 weeks rotations. And of course, clinical program means that students can complete the rotations back to back with no downtime, and they can complete all their clinical rotations at one geographical location. You can even do your practical now in India. For example, our Indian students currently do their medical practice in India. Those who can't come to Volgograd due to the pandemic, COVID-19. They work now at the hospitals in India, and they just prove it with a certificate of the hospital where they do their practice. So next slide, please. Also very interesting thing about Volgograd State Medical University and very helpful is summer and winter schools. This is the workshops by the best international doctors, our graduates and so on. And we have even the class of Medical Council of India screening test preparation at these summer and winter schools. This is a special time during your vacation when you can online or offline, you can join this thing and you can practice yourself. You can study some extra knowledges, some extra practice. This is just the bonus to your general education. You do not have to do it, but this is just for fun and for your self-improvement because doctors have to improve themselves all the time. So this is a very interesting thing, and we have a lot of fun events as well. We have even tea, as you can see on this photo. It's very relaxed atmosphere, but you still get a lot of practice and experience. So it's a very good thing. So next slide, please. So of course, you do not have to study all the time. You will have a free time, weekends, and of course, our university organizes and arranges a lot of fun events. and cultural events. We celebrate altogether Russian festivals. As you can see on the photos above, our students just in March, they had a Russian festival. And of course, as we have so many Indian students, more than 650, we celebrate Indian festivals a lot. We celebrate Diwali, we celebrate Holi, other celebrations. And you can see on the photo in the middle, we have our annual concert only for Indian students. Even the balloons look like Indian flag. It's just for Indian students dance, sing, and they just party. What is the benefit when you study in your university? This is what I'm talking about right now. I'm telling you the benefits. We are the oldest university. We have a very big amount of international students. We have a very big number of Indian students. We have a lot of famous graduates who are now very successful and they work in the USA, Canada, and so on. And we have a lot of fun events. We have a very good programs in English. So this is our benefits, and we live in a very historical and beautiful city, but I will come to this later. So next slide, please. So answering the question of Prasanna Venkatasan, I answer your question, why should you prefer studying in Russia than India, considering the fact that you may have cultural lingual difference and also a new country would cause peer issues too? No, I have said we have 650 Indian students. So somehow they have studied here. We have even now their graduation of a lot of students, and some of them are Indian, of course, and they are very happy. They have finished their 6-year studying. They are very happy. They are preparing now for the MCI exam. They will have their diploma legalized and verified. So in the law process, it will be all fine, and they will work as doctors in India. And of course, this is the best time for them. They say because they are feeling free here, they're alone. They have freedom, control. They are like adults already. You know, the people grow up and they come to another country to experience. I mean, this is your life, and you can decide if you want to try to live somewhere else, and you will have a very big picture of the world. I think this is very interesting, and all of our students are happy. And of course, if you feel sad, you can always come back home to visit your family. You do not have to stay here all the time. You can have a holiday and come back home. But this is a great opportunity and great experience. So on this slide, you can see the city of Volgograd. This is where our Volgograd State Medical University is located. It's located on the south of Russia, and we have a direct flight from Moscow to Volgograd, and it's a very short flight. It's just a little bit more than 1 hour. So if you fly from India, probably you will have a flight from New Delhi, Moscow, Volgograd. So you will have 2 flights. It's very close, and the city is very beautiful. You can see the photo made at night. It's very safe. It's not dangerous at all, even for girls. All of our girls, Indian students, they go to the parties, they go to the restaurants, they go to the gym together, and nothing bad happens because we have the police guiding through the streets, we have cameras everywhere, and if something bad happens, we will always see on the camera. And of course, the police is everywhere, so it's not dangerous at all. And it's very big city with a very good infrastructure. We have a lot of buses, taxi, cars. You can even rent a bike, or you can rent a bicycle. You can have a lot of fun. You can go to the gym, you can go to the swimming pool, you can go to the cinema, everywhere you want. So next slide, please. So life in Volgograd, it's the time when you have to say goodbye to your parents, and so you will not have your mother here, not your father, you will be alone, you will be an adult, so it means you have to wash the dishes by yourself, you have to do the laundry by yourself, you have to cook by yourself, you have to go to the supermarket by yourself, everything on yourself. And anyway, there is so many Indian students who will help you, and they will explain you where to shop, where to go to buy some food, and so on. So don't worry, you will not be here totally alone. So automatically, when you got enrolled at the Volgograd State Medical University, we provide you the hostel. We have 3 hostels you can choose. The price of hostel room is around $500 per year or $900 per year. It depends on the room you choose. The hostels are very good, they're very clean. You will share a room with 2 beds or probably 3 beds with the Indian students. If you're Indian, you will live with Indian students. If you're from another country, you will live from someone from your country. It's hostel, you cook by yourself. We have a laundry, we have a co-working space, we have, of course, bathrooms, and you live on the hall, on the floor, with altogether around 40 people on the floor, and you all share kitchen, bathroom, but you share just one room with 2 persons or 1 person, depends. It's very fun because the hostel's located in the city center, and they're very close to the shopping mall, to the cinema, to the McDonald's, everywhere. And it's a very good place. Also, you can rent a flat with your friend if you want, but this is more for 2nd year students or later. For your 1st year, it's better to have a hostel, but then you will understand and you will rent a flat probably. You will even have the tuition discount. And the price of the renting the flat is around $200.70 per month. But you can divide this price in 2 with your friend. So as you are a future doctor, you have to be responsible for your health. So it's important to do the health insurance. It's very cheap. It's around $50 per year, but this is a must. And you have to understand it's very important because you're a future doctor. Then food. Food you can buy at the supermarket or at the Indian shop. We have some Indian shops. Our Indian students will tell you where you can find these Indian shops. You do not have to bring everything from India. You can buy it here. We have Indian rice, we have spices, we have curry, we have everything here. We have candles, everything. And the price of 1 basket at the supermarket. So you go to the supermarket and you buy bread, milk, meat, vegetables, and you have to spend around $7 or $10 for this food in general. And of course, you can have fun at your weekends. You can go to the cinema. It's around $2 per ticket. We have English movies. So it will be very comfortable. Is your university under the bilingual program? Yes, we have English medium program, only in English. We have general medicine in Russian, we have general medicine in English, we have dentistry in Russian, and we have dentistry in English. So all the programs, they have English language official. So next slide, please. So at our university, there are so many facilities like swimming pool, gym, library, and laboratories where you will have also your medical practice. So the swimming pool you can see on the screen, on the page, and our library will provide you with the books in English for studying for free. You do not have to worry. Of course, we have Wi-Fi and internet everywhere at the building, at the hostel, at the library. You will even have the computer. So you do not have to worry. We have everything, all the equipment and facilities. So next slide, please. Fee structure. I think the next slide is about fee. So I'm just coming to this question. So the fee, educational programs. We have a lot of educational programs, but I have said one of the most popular program is general medicine. Most of the Indian students, they join general medicine English medium. So if you apply for the first course, English medium, it will be around $5,980 per year. You can even choose with practical elective or without practical elective. So it depends. It will be around $6,000 per year, $6,400 per year if you choose medical practical elective. It depends. If you choose, for example, general medicine first course English medium, will be $5,780 per year. So you see the prices are different. You just have to choose the program you like with the specific interest in practice. Then we have the program of pharmacy. And next slide, please. We have also pharmacy in English language. And you can see the prices here in dollars, so you can see it by yourself. So then we have programs of pediatrics, dentistry, clinical psychology, medical biochemistry, preventive medicine, and prices for the dentistry, it's 5 years. The first course you will pay a little bit and 200 depends. So answering your question, no, we have all the program in English language, but you will have a class of Russian language. So yes, you will have to study Russian language. You will have classes, but your medical classes will be in English. So next slide, please. So optional, we have also the residency program, the PhD program, and also we have some preparatory courses if you need on the medical English and so on. And well, next slide. Yes, these were the money per year, $6,000 per year. So, and if you come here to study, you should know the faces and administrative bodies of the university. As you can see on your left, this is Mrs. Natalia Alshuk. She's the Vice Chancellor for International Students Program and International Relations. So she's the main body for your study. Then you can see the Professor Emilianov. He is the Dean for International Students. He is in charge of your exams, of your medical practice, of your study process. Then we have Professor Ellen Patrina, she's the head of the international department. And we have Professor Kudrin, who is in charge of the contracts and financing and your arrivals to the city. So next slide, please. And of course, you can contact us anytime you want. You can find us on Instagram and follow us. You can see a lot of photos, videos. It's very interesting. I strongly recommend you to follow us on university. Here you can see the name. I will even send you the link. And also you can write us an here, and also you can see our address. But of course, the team of Study Abroad will help you, they will guide you, and can ask. So this is my presentation, and I can answer questions. Mark, you have to secure a need for joining the Volgograd Medical University. You should have the limit, the minimum, which is decided by the Medical Council of India. So just the minimum number, the minimum score, you just have to pass, and this is enough. The fee I have said, it was different. It was around $6,000 per year for general medicine, or $6,500, depends on the medical practice. And dentistry is around $5,000 per year, and so on. If the person wants to work in Russia after MPC, then what is the criteria? You can find a job in Russia if you want. When you finish the university, you will have a Russian diploma and you can work if you want. You can even do your PhD here or residency clinical program. Do we have jobs as a doctor in your university itself after we had completed your study? Yes, when you finish the university, you will have you will be a medical doctor. You will be a doctor. You will just need a process of the verification of your diploma, but this is automatically process. The university is doing this for you with the embassy, with the Medical Council of India, and we translate the diploma. We do the stamps, the seal, apostille. And yes, you can work as a doctor in India. You just have to pass MCI exam when you come back home. If you want to work in India after, you have to pass another question. Average marks in NEET, it's just the minimum. You can check on the site, on the website of the Medical Council of India. They decide every year what is the minimum score. And it's enough, just the lowest one. You just have to pass the minimum, and it's enough, and you can apply. Yeah, it's enough, just the minimum. So if you have other questions, please ask me, I will answer. Do you have other questions? You're welcome. You're welcome. So probably you want to know about the weather. The weather in Volgograd is very comfortable and good. For example, now it's the end of June and it's very hot. It's around 38 degrees and the Celsius. It's very hot, and we have very beautiful spring, very comfortable weather. We have beautiful autumn, and we have very interesting winter because we have a lot of white snow and you can play in the snow. It's a lot of snow, it's beautiful, and it's not that cold. It maximum can be -7, but you just need proper clothes and it's enough. It's not extremely cold, it's fine. So about the holidays. So the university the study process starts on the 1st of September, but you can still apply even in November because you have NEET and we know the timetable of the NEET, and it's fine. We will wait for you and you can start to study in December, for example. So don't worry. But officially, it starts on the 1st of September and we have the first holidays in January. We have 2 weeks of New Year. In Russia, we celebrate New Year on the 1st of January, and until the 11th of January, it's holidays. You can travel, you can go back home, but you for the exams, because in the middle of January, you have exams. Then you pass exams, and this is February. In February, you will have 2 weeks of holidays. And this is the time when you feel free, when you can travel, you can go back home to India, you can do whatever you want because you are free and no exams. And the study starts in the middle of February. Then you have spring semester. In June, you have exams. In July, you have medical practice at the hospital, and August is a full free month. Usually, our students go back home in August. So whole August is free of holidays. So you can do whatever you want. So, and the study timetable is from 8 o'clock. At 8:30 in the morning, you start your lectures, and the lectures finish at the midday. You finish your lectures, you go to have a lunch, and then after lunch, you will have a seminars, practical classes, where you have to speak, where you have to write something. And this is around until 4 o'clock or 5 p.m., something like this. And we also study on Saturdays. So you study 6 days in a week. Have other questions, please ask me. So if there are no questions, then thank you for your attention. Follow us on Instagram, check on Volgograd State Medical University, and come and study at our university. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for a wonderful speech. We'll meet you next week.
Thank you so much. So have a nice day all. Bye.
Bye. Participants, be there. Councillor Manoj sir will give you a speech in Tamil as well as in English also.
Can you start?
Yes, sir.
வணக்கம். ஸ்டடி அப்ராட் ரஷ்ய கலாச்சார மையம் சென்னை. இந்த காலேஜை பத்தி நிறைய மேடம் சொல்லியிருப்பாங்க. வோல்கிராட் யூனிவர்சிட்டி, ஸ்டேட் மெடிக்கல் யூனிவர்சிட்டி. இதை டவுட் தான் நீங்க கேட்கலாம். நீங்க மைக் அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு கேளுங்க. உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது மற்ற சந்தேகங்கள் ஏதாவது இருந்தா கேளுங்க. இல்ல நீங்க சாட் பாக்ஸ் நீங்க போடலாம். இந்த காலேஜ் பத்தின டவுட்ஸ், என்ன ஃபீஸ் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ஸ், நிறைய பேர் கேள்வி கேட்டிருந்தீங்க. ஃபீஸ் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ஸ் கேட்டிருந்தீங்க, நீட் பத்தி கேட்டிருந்தீங்க. இது வந்தாலும் நீங்க மைக் அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு கேளுங்க. இல்ல நீங்க சாட் பாக்ஸையும் போடலாம், அதுக்கான பதில் கொடுக்கப்படும். வோல்கிராட் ஸ்டேட் மெடிக்கல் யூனிவர்சிட்டி பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா ரொம்ப பழமையான காலேஜ். ரஷ்யால மாஸ்கோ தான் கேபிட்டல் ஆஃப் ரஷ்யா. அதுக்கு அடுத்த ஒரு பெரிய நகரம் பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா இந்த வோல்கிராட் நகரம் சொல்லலாம். மாஸ்கோல இருந்து ஒரு 930 கிலோமீட்டர் இருக்குது அவே ஃப்ரம் மாஸ்கோ. மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு ஸ்டேட் ஆக்சுவலா. அது செகண்ட் செகண்ட் ஸ்டேட் இன் ரஷ்யா. இந்த காலேஜ் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 100 வருஷங்கள் மிக பழமையான ஒரு காலேஜ். நிறைய மாணவர்கள் போயிருக்கிறாங்க. நம்ம தமிழ்நாட்டிலும் போய் படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க. நிறைய பேர் முடிச்சுட்டு வந்து இங்க டாக்டரா வேலை செய்யறாங்க. மொத்தம் 5 வருஷம் 8 மாசம் நீங்க படிக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். 5 years 8 months. இது எல்லாமே இங்கிலீஷ் மீடியம் தான். ரஷ்யன் லாங்குவேஜ் இஸ் a பார்ட் ஆஃப் சப்ஜெக்ட் தான் மேடம் சொன்ன மாதிரி. கண்டிப்பா நீங்க ரஷ்யன் லாங்குவேஜ் நீங்க சப்ஜெக்ட்ஸ் நீங்க வரும், அது நீங்க படிக்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். என்ன தகுதி தேவை அப்படின்னு சொன்னாக்கா, முக்கியமான தகுதி பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா, நீங்க +2ல நீங்க 60 மார்க் மேல இருக்கணும். பிசிக்ஸ், கெமிஸ்ட்ரி அண்ட் பயாலஜி அண்ட் இங்கிலீஷ்ல. நீட் கம்பல்சரியா நீங்க நீட்ல பாஸ் மார்க் தேவை. இப்ப நீட் பாஸ் மார்க்ன்றது நமக்கு இன்னும் தெரியல. பட் லாஸ்ட் இயர் 110 மார்க் வச்சிருந்தாங்க. 113 வச்சிருந்தாங்க லாஸ்ட் இயர் 2020ல. பட் இந்த வருஷம் என்ன மார்க் நமக்கு தெரியல. ஆனா கண்டிப்பா நமக்கு நீட்ல பாஸ் மார்க் கண்டிப்பா தேவை. டவுட்ஸ் எதா இருக்குதா? நீங்க மைக் அன்மியூட் பண்ணிட்டு கேளுங்க. நீங்க சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல நீங்க உங்களோட கேள்விகள் போடலாம்.
சார் எனக்கு ஒரு டவுட் இருக்கு சார்.
சொல்லுங்க.
மார்க்ஸ் போதும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க சார்.
எனக்கு சரியா புரியல. சாரி, கொஞ்சம் தெளிவா சொல்லுங்க. பிரேக் ஆகுது உங்களோட இது.
அவங்க வந்து நீட்ல மினிமம் மார்க்ஸ் பாசிங் மார்க்ஸ் இருந்தா போதும்னு சொன்னாங்க சார்.
கண்டிப்பா.
லைக் நம்ம ஊர்லயே வந்து ஒரு செர்டைன் லெவல் கேக்குறாங்க, அங்க பாசிங் மார்க்ஸ் இருந்தா போதும்னு சொல்றாங்களே சார். லைக் அவங்களுக்கு எப்படி இது ஓகேவா போகும் சார்?
இப்ப நீட்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா, லாஸ்ட் இயர் பாத்தீங்கன்னா நீட் பாஸ் மார்க் 113. உங்களோட கேட்டகரி என்னன்னு தெரியல. அந்த பேசிக்கான பாஸ் மார்க் 113 தான் எலிஜிபிள் பாஸ் மார்க். இந்த மார்க் இருந்தாலும் நீங்க போது அப்ளை பண்ணலாம். நீங்க
ஆமா சார்.
So your mic is being...
அதெல்லாம் எதுவுமே கிடையாது. சோ நீங்க பேசிக்கான பாஸ் மார்க், அந்த பாசிங் பர்சன்டேஜ் மார்க் இருந்தா நீங்க அப்ளை பண்ணலாம் தாராளமா.
சார்
சொல்லுங்க.
இங்க இருக்க ஃபீயை விட அங்க கம்மியா இருக்குமா இல்ல அதிகமா இருக்குமா சார்?
கண்டிப்பா கம்மியா தான் இருக்குமா. நான் ஃபீஸ் பத்தி இன்னும் சொல்லல, நான் இப்ப சொல்றேன். நீங்க கேட்டுக்குங்க. இந்த வோல்கிரேட் ஸ்டேட் மெடிக்கல் யூனிவர்சிட்டி பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்க என்ன ஃபீஸ் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா, $5,980 இது நீங்க மல்டிப்ளை இன்டு இன்னைக்கு ரேட்டுக்கு 74 ருபீஸ் நீங்க கால்குலேட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. இன்னைக்கு டாலர் ரேட்டு, நம்ம இந்தியன் மணியோட ரேட்டு இன்டு 6 இயர்ஸ் நீங்க போட்டுக்கலாம். இது ஒன்லி ஃபார் காலேஜ் ஃபீஸ், புக் ஃபீஸ், லேப் ஃபீஸ், டியூஷன் ஃபீஸ் மட்டும்தான் இது. பிளஸ் இது இல்லாம ஹாஸ்டல் ஃபீஸ் பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா, மேடம் சொன்ன மாதிரி 2 டைப் ஆஃப் ஹாஸ்டல் இருக்குது. ஸ்டார்டிங் ஃப்ரம் $500. நெக்ஸ்ட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அப் டு $900 நீங்க ஹாஸ்டல் ஃபீஸ் போகும். ஸோ $500 பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா ஹாஸ்டல் வந்துட்டு காலேஜ்குள்ளவே இருக்கிற இன்சைட் ஆஃப் கேம்பஸ்ல இருக்கிறது 5 மினிட்ஸ் வாக்கபிள். அதுக்கு ஹாஸ்டல் பேர் கிம் ஹாஸ்டல் சொல்லுவாங்க. ஹிரோஷிமா ஹாஸ்டல் இன்னொரு ஹாஸ்டல் செகண்ட் ஹாஸ்டல் இருக்குது. அது காலேஜ் கேம்பஸ்ல இருந்து ஒரு 20 மினிட்ஸ் டிராவலிங் டைம். அதுக்கு $900 செலவாகும். ஸோ எல்லாம் சேர்த்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா சொன்னாக்கா நீங்க $6,400 நீங்க ஒரு வருஷம் செலவாகும் உங்களுக்கு ஃபீஸ் மட்டும். ஸோ மல்டிப்ளை இன்டு 6 இயர்ஸ். நீங்க இந்தியாவில நீங்க நல்ல மார்க் எடுத்தீங்கன்னா, இப்போ உதாரணத்துக்கு நல்ல நீட் நல்ல படிச்சு நல்ல மார்க்ஸ் ஹைலி மார்க் ஸ்கோர் பண்ணீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா இங்க நீங்க ட்ரை பண்ணுங்க. நம்ம தமிழ்நாட்டுல லோக்கல் காலேஜ் கண்டிப்பா கவர்மெண்ட் மூலியமா கோச் கிடைச்சதுன்னா ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். அப்படி இல்ல மருத்துவம் தான் படிக்கணும் ஒரு முக்கியமான ஒரு ஆர்வமோடு இருக்கீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா நீங்க 2வது வாய்ப்பா நீங்க கண்டிப்பா ரஷ்யா சூஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஏன்னா இது வந்துட்டு நாங்க வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா ஒரு தனியார் ஏஜென்ட்டோ இல்ல பிரைவேட் கம்பெனியோ எதுவும் கிடையாது. இது ரஷ்யன் நாட்டோட கலாச்சார பிரிவு. ஸோ தாராளமா வந்து நீங்க எங்களை தொடர்பு கொள்ளலாம். ஒரு அரசாங்கத்தின் வழி மூலியமா நம்ம ஒரு சேஃப்டியா போய் படிச்சுட்டு வரதுக்கான எல்லா வகையான உதவிகள் செய்யப்படும். ஃபீஸ் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் ரொம்ப குறைவான ஃபீஸ் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர், ஒரு லோ காஸ்ட் ஃபீஸ் ஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ல ஒரு ஹை குவாலிட்டி எஜுகேஷன் நமக்கு கிடைக்கும். இப்ப இந்த வோல்கிரேட் காலேஜ் பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா டாப் வேர்ல்டு லெவல் ரேங்கிங் லிஸ்ட்ல இருக்கிற காலேஜ் எல்லாமே நிறைய மாணவர்கள் போய் படிச்சுட்டு இருக்காங்க. வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு 300 மாணவர்கள் போறாங்க ரஷ்யாவுக்கு போய் படிக்கிறாங்க. குறிப்பா சொல்ல போனாக்கா இந்த வோல்கிரேட்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா குறைஞ்ச ஒரு 50 மாணவர்கள் மேல போய் படிக்கிறாங்க. நம்ம தமிழ்நாட்டிலும் சரி லாஸ்ட்
Some you to unmute your mic.
சாரி கேக்குதுங்களா? Nidhi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I have.
So, per year fees they want to know.
நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி per year ஃபீஸ் பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா காலேஜ் ஃபீஸ் வந்துட்டு $5,900 $5,980 செலவாகும். பிளஸ் ஹாஸ்டல் ஃபீஸ் ஒரு $500 வச்சுக்கோங்க. டோட்டலா பாத்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னாக்கா $6,400 செலவாகும். இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர் கான்ட்ராக்ட்ல என்ன நீங்க போட்டிருக்கீங்களோ அந்த போட்டிருக்கிறோமோ அந்த ஃபீஸ் தான் நீங்க கட்ட போறீங்க நீங்க முடிச்சுட்டு வர வரைக்குமே. அதுல எந்த வித மாற்றம் இருக்காது. ஸோ நம்ம ஊர்ல இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஃபீஸ் ஏத்துறதோ குறைக்கிறதோ இல்ல டிஃபரன்ஸ் பண்றதோ இல்ல எக்ஸாம் ஃபீஸ் தனியா வாங்க அந்த மாதிரி எதுவுமே இருக்காது. ஸோ கான்ட்ராக்ட்ல என்ன ஃபீஸ் போட்டிருக்கீங்களோ அந்த ஃபீஸ் தான் நீங்க கட்டுற மாதிரி இருக்கும் நீங்க முடிச்சுட்டு வர வரைக்கும்.
சார் 6,400னா 4.75 lakhs அவ்வளவுதானே சார்?
ஆமா அவ்வளவுதான்.